Deep thoughts. How's it going?
My brain hurts.
Uh-oh. Yeah. It's like solving a Rubik's Cube, but times 10.
Make your own pieces.
All right, I want to hear about that, but first I have a question.
I like questions.
All right.
Good question.
What is the rarest VW bus?
Oh, that's actually... I would say probably the first one that was ever brought in the United States, which was October of 52.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, October of 50.
Okay.
But collectively, it would be the deluxe Sambas. There's 110,000 of those produced over the lifetime of the Samba line.
Uh-huh.
And deluxe package, even though 110,000 is not a lot, for production numbers, it's actually for overall buses versus versus the subcategory of the deluxe Samba.
Yeah.
Those are the most rare at 110,000.
And what made them deluxe?
Trim package, better interiors. Just they added more stuff to it, just like they do on the normal cars that they do today. You know, what's the difference between an L, LS, L5, or it's the trim package.
Gotcha.
So had 36. The 50 model had a 36 horsepower engine. 30 horsepower engine. It was actually based off the VW floor pan and then modified.
Interesting.
And they didn't actually get into the bus production until 51, 52.
Wow.
So the rarest Volkswagen is actually considered a Twitter, which we have one.
Yes, we do.
So that's an easy question.
Yeah. Well, I didn't ask you easy ones.
Yeah. And, I don't know.
All right. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
So what's going on with Tom's Trike?
Well, last week I was about here. A week ago I was about there. And now I'm about here.
No, I think you were there last week.
Well, no,
so have you not made it?
I was building that.
All right.
So I've got that built. I've got it disassembled right now. It's going to go over to powder coat. I've got to finish drilling up a few holes. We'll do another test fit. I've got side panels here coming from another manufacturer.
Okay.
And then next week I'll probably get into the exhaust tubing to make it fit, but I've got to get the cage to fit, and just slowly working my way back. So I'm figuring another week or two
before it goes into powder coat.
Well, some of it'll get powder coated, a lot of it's going to get painted.
Oh, okay. What color are you painting?
Black.
Blingy black.
And there'll be some blingy black. It's going to be a solid one.
Uh-huh. How many skulls are you going to put in it?
I'm not telling.
Oh, really?
I'm not telling.
Yeah.
I mean, you can already see 3 of them.
Yeah, that's true. But
I
mean in the paint.
I'll put a bunch in.
Cool.
And you're not going to be able to find any of them. I still have that $100, folks.
Yeah. Tell them about that.
So when I started doing custom paint jobs, the higher end, not the stock stuff, just as a branding logo, so I know that we actually did the car. I started putting hidden skulls in the paint, and only I know really where they are. And one of my customers happened to see one of them, and he asked me, he says, well, how many is there? And I said, there's at least 3, no more than 5. If you find them all, I'll give you $100. And he says, you don't even have $100. And I pulled out 100 out of my normal billfold, and I just tell you what, you find them, this is yours.
There you go.
Then I folded that $100 bill back in and stuffed it in my wallet.
That's so funny.
It's still there 15 years later. It's actually changed out because I've had to use it.
I was going to say, wait, what?
But I've always put that $100
That's
back.
funny. And Mabel does not count.
No, Mabel doesn't count.
She's thousands of them.
She's got thousands of thousands. Yeah. That was a whole different procedure and process.
Yeah.
So.
All right, cool.
So,
anything else you want to show us in the shop, or should I check the guys?
I think you check the guys. I do want to announce that if you haven't noticed, we are not having our show this year because of the CV-19 nonsense, and I just don't feel it would be productive.
Yeah, it's a lot of work and a lot of money
to put on a show,
and
a lot of money, and I don't think that the return on investment for our charity will be worth it. I think we'll probably be really in the hole.
Yeah.
And I just, in good conscience, can't put the guys through that and put the charity through that.
It's a lot of work.
And so,
we do have some shirts.
We do have some shirts.
Not many.
We did a limited run, and we haven't got them up on our online store yet.
Right.
We probably will in a little while.
But if you want to take a look, go to airkooledkustoms.com and go to the charity car show. Yeah. And we've got some details there about how you can maybe we'll see. Maybe you can get one of the shirts.
Yeah.
But there's some directions on there and a picture of the
So
art.
you know, if you guys really want to get one of this year's canceled T-shirts, this is how limited of a run it is. I think I bought 20. No, I think I bought 27 shirts total.
Oh boy.
Of different sizes.
Right.
And
just
I think I got one 4X, and I think I got one 3X, although the 3X might be gone already.
Yeah.
So I know a couple of you guys out there who always request the 4X. I've got one, I think.
You have to duke it out. Get it on video. All right. Back at it.
Back to the pondering.
All right, fellas. We need an update. What's going on? How's it going?
Wow.
A lot of green over here.
Yeah, I don't remember last week. It's hard to remember from week.
You had taken some nose support out. And
yeah, we cut this X out and added that X because we needed to do some framework back behind that.
Okay, sure.
So this bus is getting air ride suspension. So we were going to have to cut a notch out of the frame here for everything to float. So we had to rework that.
Okay.
So we just
you
cut
had
down
done.
that side.
You were test fitting the wheel well as well.
So we got that. We got the side. It's just temporarily on right now.
You can't even walk through it anymore.
Yeah, so it's not
The
on
pass
the
through is gone.
We're dry fitting it, but it's
it's
coming along good. So that's its first fit, and then next we're going to work from this corner this way.
Okay.
You can see what we're dealing with. Some of this,
Oh, wow,
some of these parts we can't find, so we're having to make them.
Oh.
So like this corner piece here, they don't make.
They don't make that. Oh wow.
So we gotta make it, which is fine. I can do that. So we got to get that done so that we can continue on this way, and then we're going to put this corner on.
Okay.
And the bus will be attached by then. That's the
Wow.
only metal in the back that it gets, and then we got to work the rest of the way up. And then the nose, we're about to cut it out. Last week, I think we went over it, but I think we had already done all this.
Yeah, you discovered where it had been.
Stone did some work here on the shifter. He reinforced it and stuff like that. We're doing a little bit. We got a piece of frame coming. We're waiting on. Otherwise, we would already have that done for this week. But this frame got crumpled and reach each, so we got that piece coming. We're gonna have to cut it in.
Okay.
And then that's what's holding us up on there. Or that would have been done. And then after that, we're putting the door on. So hopefully by next week, maybe the doors will be fitted on here.
Yeah.
And then we work on the top from there out.
Okay. Wow. It's making a lot of progress.
It's getting there. It doesn't, for some people from the video, it probably doesn't look like it because it looks like it's going slow, but there's a lot of little things you can't see.
Yeah. Actually, so it's funny. The comments have all been like, oh my gosh, you're making progress. It's really coming along. This is cool to see, rather than have it be scrapped. It's amazing what can actually be salvaged.
Yeah, there's like a lot of little spaces, like these little teeny holes here. We have to go around and find all these little rust spots.
Oh, yeah.
And actually just weld those. So we have to just put some weld in there and grind it down just to fill those.
Well, yeah.
The little ones, the big areas, will cut out an actual piece of metal like Stone did here.
Right.
But there's so many of those little ones, and as we start doing stuff, we open up more.
And then
so it's just, there's a lot of that kind of stuff you don't see that maybe like to put this door on, it looks like it would be easy, but there's hours and hours and hours of fixing and fitting little pieces of metal to get it to go.
Bits and pieces that are missing.
Yeah, so it's but we're getting a handle on all that little stuff. So that's why I said last week it should start flowing where you start seeing bigger pieces.
Yeah, well, even just having the whole sidewall,
and that's a big thing.
Even though it's
we got a lot to work off that.
I mean, that's.
Yeah, well, it was the good news is it fit because there's a lot of places it has to fit.
Yeah.
So all those green long rails you see, those are new, and those touch the skin. So there's a lot of play we got to get with that.
Sure.
And then it meets the corner and it meets the bulkhead. So, but for the first dry fit, it actually was not bad. So
good, and especially
it's a lot better than we thought.
And especially since the floor's not even, the bus, all the math you've got to do to make sure it actually is level.
Yeah, actually last week me and Stone had to go down and check how off the floor was, how off the lift was. Compensate for that, and actually I put shims up under the
that's smart.
so that we could
so you don't
get
have
it
to
level.
Constantly measure. And
So so we got that going on. So that's where we're at on it.
Smart. Who would have thought so much would be involved? So much math and strategy.
They said you would use math again in school. I didn't believe them.
No, I know, right? But they never told you you'd have a calculator in your pocket all the time. So thank goodness for that.
So you do have to use math again.
Yeah. Oh, well. So. Not algebra, is it?
Well, yeah.
Gross.
Well, there is, really. I didn't never believe them when they said you'll have to. But
yeah, right? Geometry, I could see that.
For sure.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Angles and
yeah, right?
And, divisions and pi. Well, with that fender, for instance, on talking about algebra, is we had to notch the frame. What we needed is the frame. The year difference on it was there was an inch apart height and width-wise. So, but an inch here changes it 3 or 4 inches here. So you had to do the math there. So we had to get it to where we needed to drop it 3 1/4. So we had to figure out how much we had to cut here to get that to happen.
Yeah, and you don't. It's not like paper. It's not you're sketching it out on paper. It's metal and it's a pain in the butt.
You get one chance at it. Well, wait, I mean, you could get an order though, but you get one chance at cutting it and get it right.
One easier chance. From there it gets worse.
Yeah. So anyway.
Well, great. Well, it's coming along, man. This is good. It's exciting.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
It's under like.
This is definitely the the rustiest one we've done. Yeah,
it's getting there though. We're moving metal daily, so it's amazing how much.
There's a good logo. Moving metal daily.
Moving metal daily. When we first started, the first day of this bus, I cut the first piece out of it, and I stepped up on what was left of the floor and went right through the floor. So, and that was through the floor, through the frame members, and down on the ground. So, and then that's when I was cutting what was left of the floor out and cutting what was left of the frame members and the supports out, and that's how bad it was in there. So.
You are up to date on your tetanus, correct?
Oh yeah.
Good. All right. All right, well, let's go find Shannon. Is he outside?
He's outside there on deck.
All right, thanks.
May I have to make him turn off his fan?
Yeah.
Woo!
Hello. So we can hear you?
Yeah, we'll turn off for a minute.
That's a big fan.
Yeah, well, gotta stay cool out here.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that. So, what is this that we're working on?
Mr. Fonseca's
this?
gear.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
He brought it back to do a little more to it.
Cool. I thought it looked familiar.
Finishing up putting the new retro antenna in for his radio and all.
Oh, great.
And new carpet kit for the front.
Yeah. That's good.
And in the rear, we're waiting on it to get here, a brand new 1776 scat motor.
What?
Yes,
That's awesome.
yes, we already have his old motor out.
Oh,
engine bay's about ready, so.
Sweet, that's going to be nice and fast.
Oh yeah,
Little
dual carbs. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's his son's car, so yeah, he's probably gonna be zipping around with it.
Hopefully, he's saving up for his ticket.
Yeah, and then we've got Miss Vo's chassis over here, just about ready.
I was looking at that.
We're waiting on a few things to do to it before we set the body back on because it'd be easier.
Right.
And then
and this
bodies.
is I was gonna say this goes with the orange.
Yeah, the orange buggy. Yes, and the orange buggy is about ready now. Rodney installed all new wiring on it. Made some repairs to the headlights. Actually added her this is something odd, and it looks almost like a Volkswagen valve cover, but it is actually a conceal for a radio.
Oh, that's great.
Because originally it was just taped over.
Oh yeah.
So that way, she ain't got to worry about her radio getting wet.
Yeah.
We painted the inside of it because it was kind of flaking out. And just
fantastic.
Getting it ready to go.
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. One understand her and her husband bought this because he won't get back on a bike now, and so she don't want to ride alone.
Well,
so this is their new.
It's a great.
This is their new
substitute.
play toy. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Fantastic. Excellent.
So other than that, that's about where we're staying with everything right now out here.
All right, sounds good. And the truck's all ready to go now?
No, we're still playing with that.
Still messing, huh?
Doc's truck being paint.
Oh, well. All right, we'll say goodbye to the nice people.
See y'all.